What is up, Shay?
Hey T, how you feeling?
Oh, you know what? Today, I have a heavy heart just because there's just so much going on right now in our world around mental illness.
Yeah,
And,
what's up?
I'm just dealing with a lot, just people in my family that's dealing with it as well. And how I feel like it's on a rise right now. And I know we brought Nafis on.
Yep.
So if you guys haven't listened to that episode, I'm always reminding you to go back to our infamous library of content that we have. But it was a very special episode when Nafis came on our pod. And those of you who don't know Nafis, that's Shay's fiance, my little brother. And he did such a good job because he's very passionate about this space. He works in this space. He's even further in his education out in this space. It's something that he
Mm-hmm.
takes very seriously. He's going to be a doctor one day in this space.
Yes.
But more importantly, it's about an awareness that we must all have. And I just want to take time out today to remind our tippers to check in with your families about mental health because you just don't know. There are so many people that suffer in silence, and just talk to them. Talk to your children, talk to your nieces, your nephews, your partners, your loved ones, and check in and make sure that everything's okay. Because
Right.
this world is, it brings about amongst so many challenges, and not everyone can deal with those challenges. And not everyone processes things differently. We just have to be a community that supports one another. And I think it's important for us to just let's plan over the next 2 days to do a check-in with our families and just talk to them and ask them, how are you doing? Is there anything you're struggling with that I can help you out? Like, let's talk about it because it's prevalent in our world right now and it's on the rise.
Yeah, I mean, I also I deal with a lot of athletes every single day,
Yeah.
who I care about deeply, and they go through a lot as well. One, because when you're an elite athlete chasing your dream, you're in a fishbowl, and everyone's constantly poking at you, critiquing you, talking about what you
For
wear,
sure.
how you
Yeah.
walk, how you speak, right? And so a part of that check-in is just sometimes noticing when people just need to get a hug or just need to say like, "Hey, I was thinking about you the other day." Like almost like expressing your emotions in a way that's just like they're the only person you see,
Yeah.
right? Like letting people know that they're seen. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I've noticed is that a lot of people don't feel seen. And
Or
so
heard.
or heard.
Right.
Exactly.
Give them the platform to be able
Yes.
just to talk. And
Yes.
speaking of talking, like Shay and I, we're really excited too because both this topic is just near and dear to our heart. And we started our series called Men Should Talk, and we kicked it off in Atlanta. We had a blast, but more importantly, just the content was real. We sat down with four fabulous men who were authentic, who opened up and talked about topics that many men in our society deal with today.
Yep.
And you know what, when we see, so although our series is titled Men Should Talk, because oftentimes men don't talk enough, but we encourage every single human being to talk,
Mhm.
no matter who you are or what you represent, just if you are a living, breathing human on this earth, then we want you to talk. We want you to talk about the things that may be tough for you. We want you to talk about things that even even if it's something that you, because I'm private about some things too that I just want to keep to myself.
Right.
But if it's something that is causing you pain or something that's causing you anxiety or something that's causing you stress or anything that's just pressing upon you that feels heavy, right? Like it like
Mhm.
feels like you're carrying bricks in a book bag on your back and it gets
Yes.
heavy. Just talk about it and make sure that you tell people you love them too. Because I think sometimes people need to know that you care. And we have to, again, just check in with our loved ones and let them know that we love them.
Yeah, I mean, and also just having a good experience every single day with that person, person to person, making sure you're doing things just that make them feel loved, just simple as opening the door, giving compliments. There's things you can do every single day that make
Yes,
people's day. And so, just making
absolutely.
sure that you're putting out that kind of energy no
Yeah.
matter where you go, because you just don't know what people are going through. And
No
you
idea.
have no idea what a comment or something nice or a nice gesture could do for someone that could be headed to do something that they, you know,
Can't take back.
can't take back.
Right.
Mhm.
And that's what's important. And I don't know about you, but there are people who you just don't know.
Right.
I personally shared about, me losing my brother um 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. And it's not something that I got like a heads up on, like this is happening, right?
Yeah.
It happened out of nowhere. But I knew, although it was very tough for me and tough for my brother and my mom, I knew in my heart that my brother loved me. And I remember just like it was yesterday, that the day before it happened, he called me and said, "You're a good sister, you know that?" And I started laughing. I was like, "Well, what you need today?" Just teasing him. We laugh. But he's like, "No, no, Nee." He's like, "I just love you. Like, you're a good sister. You're always been there for me. I just want you to know I appreciate you." Now, in hindsight, when I think about it, I get a little choked up because I had no idea that that would be the last time that I would hear his voice, that that was happening. I
Right.
thought, because I always like did little small things for him, that he was just expressing his love for me at that time. But I feel good in my heart knowing that he felt loved when he was on this earth. And that's why I just think it's so important for us to continue to talk about the importance of seeking help when needed, the importance of us staying connected with those in our lives that matter, and
Yeah.
the importance of ensuring that we remind each other how important it is to get help when needed,
Mhm.
because there are so many people who just don't think that help is necessary or required. They think that seeing a therapist is almost like um, uncommon and unheard
Yeah.
of.
Right.
And it's no different. I use the analogy: if you slipped outside, broke your leg, you're not going to just go in the house like, oh, I'm going to just let's go stay at home and wait for it to heal on its own. Like, I'm
Mhm.
okay. No,
Mhm.
you're going to take that butt to the doctors and get whatever you need, whether it be surgery or cast or whatever, you're going to get
Mhm.
that. When you have a mental break or something on that lines, same thing. You can't
Mhm.
just sit and wait like, oh, I'll feel better. No, you need to go get whatever it is that requires the fix. You need to get it. You're not going to just stay at home and wait until it get resolved. Like, talk it out and get the help that you need. It's essential.
And we're gonna keep reminding you on this show. I mean, this is what we do.
That's
This
right.
is our safe space. We have each other. So make sure you have that person that you can kind of banter back and forth with and talk about some of the things and maybe get opinions. I know sometimes it's hard for us to talk about those things internally, but a lot of people are going through the same things. So that's
Definitely.
why it's important to find community, even if it's just in one person.
So important, Shay. I'm glad that you said that because, I mean, look, I'm going to be honest. There were times where I honestly was depressed
Yeah.
and it was heavy.
Yeah.
And for a while, I sat in it and I didn't say anything, but I saw small things about me changing, just in terms of just wanting to be alone and
Yeah.
not wanting to be around people. And, just,
Sleeping a lot.
yeah, the things that I was doing that I loved, I stopped, and I felt myself falling into deeper and deeper in depression. And so one day I said, you know what? This is not working for me. I feel like I'm losing my little bits and pieces of myself every single day.
Yeah.
So I went and I talked it out, and just being able to talk about the things that I was doing, before you knew it, I was back on track, and it helped me immensely.
Yeah.
And I don't want any of you, because we love you, tippers. I hope you know that. And we don't want any of you to feel that weight, that pressure of life, because life can be so hard sometimes. And,
Yes.
and I think it's important because we all deal with we all have real shit in our lives that impact us, and we deal with it differently. It hits us all differently.
Mhm.
And that's why, if you don't take away anything from this episode today, I want you to take away the importance of knowing that you cannot sit in silence. It is not okay. You have to get the help that you need so you can get back on track, or so you can get to where you need to be to get over the hurdle that you may be kind of climbing right now.
Dang. That's
Right?
good, T. That's really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yes. All right, tippers. Again, like, get the help that's out there. There are so many different resources. Make sure that you check out that episode because Feast dropped some really good nuggets
We
when he
might need
was
to get him
on.
back on
I was learning to think of it.
with better quality.
Get out my brain. But yeah, like, let's get Feast back on. I would love to make it interactive. If you guys have questions, I mean, of course, like, Shay and I are not experts, but we can at least make sure that we get the resources out there for you.
Yep.
So make sure you hit us up on social, tap into Tipping the Scales on our Instagram. I'm Tania L. Rivers. Shay is
LaShayla,
that's easy.
Leseala.
That's so easy. So that's easy. But
One
check us
word.
out. Oh, right. Oh, like Prince or
Yeah,
Madonna.
exactly.
Oprah.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
One
Anyway,
day.
tippers, you're your way. But anyway, tippers, very important topic. Let's keep the dialogue going. Please check out our Men Should Talk series that's coming out. We're dropping an episode this Thursday on our first two men that hit the couch and talk to us. So be a part of this journey and continue to listen to Tipping the Scales wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.